I honestly didn't intend that while we were making the record. We're working in my art room, and every day we're listening to what is listening to these arguments in Parliament. And I think subconsciously this was just feeding in to everything we were doing. We've been promised unicorns, yeah, for three years, since the referendum. We were asked a question, and we didn't understand the question, and we weren't given the real conditions of the question, but we answered the question, and then we realized the question we'd been asked wasn't really the question we'd been asked. We'd been promised unicorns, but now they said there weren't any unicorns, like Donald Trump does every day. He says, I'm going to put tariffs on Mexico. The Republicans go, yeah, no, I'm not going to put tariffs on Mexico. In fact, I came up with this great deal 2 months ago, which he had nothing to do with, but finally he'd been shown. And everyone goes, yeah, fair enough. Nobody at any point goes, that guy's a liar. Why is he lying? Lie, use words as clowns, not strip them of their meaning, and everyone's going to accept it because it's online, because no one can check, because no one can follow up, because no one even knows who you are. You can go online and you can say whatever you want and remain anonymous and walk away, change your identity, come back. You can create a bot, you can create a false identity. I can have an argument with something that doesn't exist. How's that work? What you don't want to do in times of crisis like this is make more candy. You know, people are being fed candy every day. They're being promised unicorns every day. So you have to be the one who's, in playing that game, somehow delivering something that's dirty, that's broken, that's real. I've been hanging out with Flying Lotus and people like that in LA, and we saw how they did their sort of electronic shows where they're recutting their tracks or whatever.
What a great collaboration.
And we thought, well, we should just try it, like really, really low key, like a few hundred people, and see what happens. And it kind of worked, and we brought in Tarek to have one other collaborator and make it so we could hide under the projections, essentially, and I didn't have to be a performer in the normal sense. It's the role of new artists to find their own voice, fundamentally. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, but believe me, the more vulnerable you are, to me, vulnerability and finding your own voice are the same thing. Only when you allow yourself to be completely vulnerable on a stage, and I don't mean like, I just mean really yourself. And the only when you can be really vulnerable playing the instrument you play, or in front of the microphone, or writing the lyrics you write, when you really expose what you think.
Gonzalo Oliveros, Azteca Noticias.